Hey everybody, welcome to Hootie Films Entertainment. My name is Rick Hootie. I am the host of this YouTube channel. And today we're talking Scream 7. Did Mason Gooding, the actor who plays Chad Meeks, give a clue that Stu is indeed alive?
Call the police.
You bet your sorry ass I did.
My mom and dad are gonna be so mad.
So for those of you who don't know, Mason Gooding, who played Chad Meeks, will be back in Scream 7, along with his sister Mindy Meeks. And it'll be interesting because I'm not sure how they're going to fit these characters in, seeing how Tara and Sam will not be present. But who knows, maybe they will be the ones to explain to us as the audience what happened to Tara and Sam, and if they're still alive or where they're at. Who knows? But maybe I'll leave that topic for another video. But right now we're going to be talking about Mason Gooding, who again I said plays Chad Meeks. Came out and said some very interesting things, and the things he said leaves me to believe that Stu's got to be alive. And I know we still have those people that I've seen in the comments who want to call people like us delusional and that there's no way Stu survived. And I just want to make one thing clear, that this is all in fun. We're doing this, to just come up with certain theories and ideas and get ourselves excited, and that's what this whole YouTube stuff is all about, theories and talking about the possibilities based off certain things and evidence. And everyone's going to have their own opinion at the end of the day on whether they believe Stu is alive or not. And I just want people to learn to be respectful, not be rude about it, and just have fun, I mean, if you don't believe that Stu's alive, then fine. But if there's people out there that do believe he's alive, then just let them be. Don't be rude about it. We need YouTube to just be all in fun, and we don't need that negative energy of people being rude. And so anyways, let's go ahead and see what Mason Gooding had to say about Matthew Lillard and Stu's character in Scream 7. Matthew Lillard's been a huge part of my understanding and love for the medium for a very long time, Gooding says, pointing to his love of the live-action Scooby-Doo and horror flick 13 Ghosts. When you consider his work in the context of the first Scream, you realize that was actually him kind of reining it in and being more grounded given the circumstances. To see where they're taking that understanding and dynamic in 7 is far different than I imagine anyone will be able to anticipate, and they will absolutely deliver. He also praises Foley as incredible and calls Scream 3 a secret pleasure of his. I cannot wait for people to see what they're cooking, so to speak. With Matthew and Scott, he adds, because it's something special. So yeah, guys, there you go. Now, I want to go ahead and break some things down about what he said. So if we go back, and if you look where he says, when you consider his work in the context of the first Scream, you realize that was actually him kind of reining it in and being more grounded given the circumstances. Now, to me, that doesn't sound like this would be a flashback. This sounds like he's talking about Stu being more evolved, in my opinion. Because if you go ahead and you look at the definition of more grounded, you'll see it says right here, more grounded means being more sensible, aware, and in control of one's emotions. So if Mason Gooding is saying that Matthew Lillard's character of Stu was more grounded in Scream 1, meaning he was more in control of his emotions, then that would mean that he's not as grounded in Scream 7. It means he's not in control of his emotions. The opposite. So that leads me to believe that we won't be seeing the same Stu from Scream 1 and Scream 7. And if we're not seeing the same Stu, from Scream 1, then it can't be a flashback. And also what Mason Gooding is saying here doesn't sound like he's talking about someone who's dead. And if Stu is not as grounded in Scream 7 as he was in Scream 1, then that leads me to believe also that maybe he's pissed off at Sydney, or pissed off in general. Because if you look at what Mason Gooding also had to say in a news article, he talks about this Ghostface in Scream 7 being the brutalest Ghostface we've ever seen. And if he's the brutalest Ghostface we've ever seen, then he must be really pissed off. So you can kind of see how this connects with Stu still being alive and Stu even possibly being Ghostface in Scream 7, because if Mason Gooding is talking about this being the most brutal Ghostface, and he's also talking about Stu being not as grounded in Scream 7, that means Stu is not in control of his emotions. So being not in control of your emotions and being the most brutal Ghostface kind of connects. And let's not forget, guys, Kevin Williamson was a part of Scream 1, 2, and 3. And he's also going to be a part of Scream 7. And Kevin Williamson's original plan for Scream 3 was to have Stu still alive. And the plan was to have Stu in prison, somehow being a part of influencing high schoolers to finish what he started. And they canceled that plan due to the Columbine shooting that happened around that time. So basically they didn't want to have a story that involved high schoolers being influenced to go on a killing spree, when that's basically what the Columbine shooters did. But anyways, Kevin Williamson had the plan of Stu being alive even as far back as Scream 2. And there was actually a scene which they cut out of Scream 2 that involved a Ghostface killer at the end on top of the tower that overlooks Sydney at the end. And here's that scene I'm talking about at the end of Scream 2, where you'll see the camera pan out, revealing the tower. And that's pretty much it for today, everybody. I want to thank you for watching. If you liked the video, go ahead and hit the like button. If you would like to subscribe, go ahead and subscribe. It would definitely help my channel grow. And until next time, have a great day.